There's another interesting angle on silver. It seems that the number of people that are holding a short position in double leverage short on the fund ZSL are exiting that position. I got an excellent article from Sam Freedom regarding the exit that people are taking, investors are taking from that fund, and that's a major indication of what the trend's going to be. Now, of course, I like showing a silver hemp leaf because I'm always going to interject this a little bit, that hemp is probably our biggest answer to all economic problems. Industrial hemp and medicinal marijuana oil. Two separate items, but two things that have thousands of functions. I'm always going to interject this in every silver video because people who are concerned about silver and the price of silver are concerned about the economy and the direction things are going, the government debt. But you know, almost all your answers can be fixed, can be answered or whatever with this plant. It is that useful, but I'm not going to say too much other than that, but just interject that. The net Dania chart shows silver's making another decline for like the last couple weeks again. Now this is like the longest, steadiest decline I can see for silver. That's been going back quite a while, but you know, it may hit that retracement period below 26 like I was thinking all along. So the short position probably may be the smart place to be, but I'm not doing it. I'm too bullish on these metals, and I got in long around here about a little bit below 31. Well, 30 something, because I understand fundamentally the metals are going to go way the hell up. Now, I just want to display that article real quickly and talk about it. ZSL, which is from ProShares, large outflows were detected at the ETF. In other words, it's a bet. It's a simple way of betting that silver will go down. In other words, it moves twice the percentage move of silver on a daily basis that you're betting it goes down. And in other words, you don't have to buy options per se. But you know, it's managed behind the fund and everything like that. It's a simple way. Just buy the ETF. You think silver's going to go down 50 cents tomorrow or something like this, this is a good fund to hold. Double leverage, and also have triple leverage. But considering that there's people moving out of it, I moved out of it. I had it for a while, like a couple weeks ago. I got out of it. It's indicating that a lot of investors are getting nervous that silver's near a bottom. Now, I also want to point out something else. They had a stock split on ProShares Ultra Short Silver, 5-1. And the reason being, because these type of funds, if you hold them forever and ever and ever, they eventually go to zero. Now, especially if you're on a short position of silver, because silver basically is in a bull run. You might not be too bad off taking a double leverage on AGQ for silver, because silver basically is in a bull run, and you're basically in the right direction. Even though the fund erodes, it doesn't do that terrible, because it doesn't erode that quickly, as long as the stuff is generally going up. But you know, considering that it's not going to, you know, right now this fund was a winner for the last month, and they did the stock split. Now the reason they did the stock split is another good indication, because you know the price was down to 1277, right? So they did basically they did, you know, 5-1, right? 5-1, about 5-1 for stock split. You see, what happens is with these funds, they erode. Basically, they start, eventually, if you played them out long enough, they go to zero. It's never a long-term hold. But like I said, with double leverage, you can kind of hold it longer than expected without too much erosion, as long as you got the long-term trend correct. But you just don't want to hold it for years, that's for sure. You'll be out of money definitely if you hold it for years. But in the case of this, consider the price was down to $12. Now, they did the stock price to bring, they did the stock split, the reverse split to bring the price up, because this price erodes. What's going to happen when silver turns around the other way? In other words, it would have went from $12 down to 10 to 8 to 6, to 3 or whatever the hell it is after silver explodes. So that's another indication, since they did this reverse stock split, that the overall trend of silver is going to be up, because this thing can't be starting at 12 and going down to like $3 or $1 or something. It'll start out at $65 or whatever it is, $64.41 on this chart, and then it'll drop. Now, in the very short term, this thing might actually go up, but I'm not buying it. Like I said, I'm too bullish on the metals. But the fact that they did this reverse stock split is another indication that silver's going to go up, because this ETF should drop. As soon as silver goes up, this ETF is going to start dropping. Now, if silver goes up to like 60 and this thing was kept at $12, it would probably, I don't know where it would be, probably be like $2. It would be too low. It would be too low. And they want to have it up, say, around $64.41 right now. And then when silver goes up to, doubles in price, gets over 50, this stock might be worth like, I don't know, 25 or something or below. That type of deal. It's really a short-term play. That's really what this is, more likely. You can hold it pretty long if you're picking a general trend on double leverage. If you're picking a general trend right, it's not bad to hold this type of fund. It doesn't erode that bad on double leverage. But since they did the stock split, like I said, they expect this thing, it's this particular bet, ultra short, is going to be a bad bet, and it's going to drop fast, so they want to have it go from a higher dollar point. And again, looking at this article from the ETF channel.com, it's stating that a lot of people are moving out of the short position. Now, I don't think silver is actually at the bottom yet. Now that I'm seeing the chart in 2020 vision hindsight, I wish I would have known this. I would have bet obviously if I have clairvoyance, I would bet all the way and make a gazillion dollars, obviously. I did do it correctly for a while, then I jumped in a little too quickly and went long. But it probably will play out and get down here. I know there's people I was looking at some other people's analysis about they draw these lines and they say it's going to go here and there, and a lot of times I look at analysis, and depends on who does it. I like Endless Mountain's analysis, to tell you the truth. I think he's the best one out there for giving technical analysis, bar none. All the other ones I don't particularly like too much for the most part, but there are other ones out there that are good. But if you actually want to get some good technical analysis, go over to Endless Mountain's channel. But I do think this is probably going to drop a little further, but it's got not too much more to go. It's probably going to go below the 26, a little slow slide, maybe a little sudden death there at the very end. Maybe a little steadiness and a dip, and then after that it's going to start going up. We also know that I'll put this picture here of the silver hemp plant leaf, but we also know that in Europe all these elections are overthrowing the current people that were in office before, that were for austerity. So basically the whole new game is going to be print money. Stimulate the economy, print money. But when I say stimulate the economy and grow this stuff, this is the answer to every damn thing practically. That really would be economic stimulation. And could you imagine, like, people think about silver because they want to basically increase their wealth to buy things. Well, I'll say you had something like this, the cost of medicine drops because you got medicinal hemp, medicinal marijuana oil. The cost of building materials drop because you can make these hemp bricks, and the cost of gasoline drops, and the cost of biodiesel drops, and the cost of food drops, and people are much more healthy. You have better clothes, and actually the cost of plastics, and there's no problem with recycling because it's hemp. There's like a million things that could benefit the economy in a million ways. And I'm going to keep pushing this idea. I don't care. It's like, that's our solution right there. So we got the silver hemp leaf, and I just want to point out that was an excellent article I got from Sam Freedom that, people are moving out of the short position. A lot of cash outflows out of the short position. Maybe silver's not at the bottom yet, though. I don't think it is now. In hindsight, 2020. Wish I had that crystal ball going forward a little bit better, but I don't. And also, the fact they did that reverse stock split, that tells me they got to bring that price up a lot higher because ZSL eventually is going to get clobbered as an ETF in price as silver goes way up. So they don't want to have it get clobbered from like a $12 price. They want to get it clobbered from a $65 price. That's basically how that's going to go. But that tells you that the bottom is getting near. And I stated that before. I thought the bottom was near around 30. I wish I was clairvoyant. It does piss me off when I get things wrong. And wasn't totally wrong. And I'm holding back on cash. Now with that cash, I'm probably going to dump some of it into silver if it gets really low. I don't know if it's going to do that. Or, palladium if it drops down to some crazy price. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. But it's going to have to drop to some insanely low price for me to do that. That's what I'm looking at. So I'll hold back forever now, and I probably won't buy anything. So, but it looks like the bottom for silver is not that far off.